So, greetings, ladies and gentle players. Welcome back to another real board game. I'm over here reviewing a game between, as you can see, okay, I don't know who Akuta Aya is, but I think, where is it? Up there. There we go. Everybody knows, I think, who good old Rissei is. Now, here's the fun part about this one. This game is actually interesting that it was played this week because I was doing some interesting, fun, happy things in the past couple of streams of my games, doing a little bit of the good old cosmic go, dare I say. And wouldn't you know, today I just so happened to find a game that immediately halted everything I wanted to do today, threw all of it out because I wanted to go over it on a real board. And that is this wonderful cosmic game that good old Rissei played. Now, if you don't know who Rissei is, he is a professional 9-dan from the Japans. He's, how old is he? I don't know, fairly older player. He's got like 1,200 games in his collection. Looking at his over here on the Go for Goes, it looks like he's been playing since, let's say 1976. Yeah, he was a 3-dan professional in 1976. That's all I can really tell you. So he's been around for a year or two. Yeah, he's been around for a year or two. Now, what's fun about this is he is playing this particular game in the Japanese Judan preliminary A. So he is, going in, throwing his hat in the ring, being like, you know what, maybe I can go grab me a title. So if that's what you were doing, you were sitting down in the preliminary matches for, the title matches for your country, what kind of game would you be wanting to play? And he decided to play this one, which I really like. Okay, that's a thumbs up on my end. Sorry, I don't have the board inverted and I don't want to change it. There we go. It's something like that. Okay, look, upside down is weird. Suffice to say. So, first move starts off in the upper right-hand corner, as you have from almost every single game. White plays also in the upper left, inviting anything and everything, because he is not afraid of his opponent. No, sir, not afraid at all. Lower right hand 3/4 stone can go a lot of different ways. It could go territory, can go influence. You never know. Now you might be asking yourself on YouTube, how my hands are now coming from the bottom of the board and not the top of the board. We don't ask ourselves that question. Okay? Cool. White plays the 3/4. Again, double 3/4 facing. I like. Let's see what else White has in mind. Approaching high goes Black. All right. Taking territory. This is very, very, very normal. We don't see a lot of pincering going on right now. I mean, we've got this one. If you're like Captain AI Pants, then you kind of sort of see this one, and then maybe you see this one, and then you probably see something like this, because, greedy stuff be greedy. But for the most part, when approaching high, most players decide to just go ahead and grab the old territory. Now, good old Rissei man, who, as I mentioned, has been playing for quite some time, who was alive and well during the Fast Framework era, decides to do a little bit of a drop down. Fun fact, AI does not mind drop down. You might think that it does because, ooh, not territory. But, wait. Hear me out. As long as this is solid, it's not that bad. You think it is. You think it is because you know what the AI wants, and you don't. If you get enough influence, it's good. So, moves like this, if you're into what you're about to see here, you can play it. What does white do? What does white do? What does white do? What does black do? Who knows? We've got the Hane. And white's like, I know this one. The AI tends to prefer the descent. The descent, I say, for the territory. And black's like, yeah. Yeah, it does. I'll take influence. And white's like, pshaw, I say. Influence. Influence. Don't you know what era we're living in, old man? How dare you play for influence? You can have your influence because I have territory. And true enough, white does have territory. We can count it. We can count it. Counting's really good. Counting is important to do in the game. That way you know how much territory your opponent has and how much you need to make up. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. A corner enclosure. They have a corner enclosure. So far, they have a corner enclosure. We just need to make up a corner enclosure. That doesn't seem very difficult, does it? That doesn't seem very difficult. So, okay, because we counted, we know about 15 points here or so. So we know that this needs to be about 15 points. Got it. Cool. But there's a corner over here, too. And you got some influence here. It shouldn't be that difficult. All right, what do we do next? Well, I did say this was a cosmic game, didn't I? And if I told you it was a cosmic game, you already know what we're gonna do. Oh, you know. You know. You've got to know. How could you not? Another high approach, potentially for territory. Now, what do you say, white, if that is your real name? You gonna go for the territory again? Do you have it in you to do that? Go for territory twice in one game? Territory. Going for it. Dropping down. Do. Oh, yes, sirree. Oh, yes, sirree. Now, it is at this point that I do want to point out the danger of playing the same Joseki in both corners. The problem is, if there's Aji in one corner, there's gonna be Aji in the other corner, like literally the exact same. So we usually don't do that. It's usually a bad idea. Because what's in one area is in another area. That makes it really, really easy for your opponent to figure out, what we're gonna do. That said, it's not a terrible idea. If this is gonna be 15 points and that's gonna be 15 points, white's gonna have 30 points. 3, 3. Yeah, that's a problem. Yeah, we usually need more territory than that to win a game. So if that and that is, 36 with Comey. We just need another 20 some odd points elsewhere on the board. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Trust me, it'll be fine. So black extends. And white different Joseki. Different Joseki. White's going for more points. See? It's fine. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. Now, note 1, 2, 3, 4, which means we're not breaking the Hane of not allowing our opponent to Hane at the head of 2 and 3 stones by playing away. We played just enough to limit the double Hane potential before we played a big move. All right, so all we have to do is reduce this area and you know the potential up there to 30 points. Wait, actually no. 15, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18. Let's call it 20. 20 and 15. So 35, I think. Is 20 and 15 35? Yes, it is, because I can count. I like counting. Right. So as long as we reduce it to that, we're fine. Wait, actually, even better. With Comey, that'd be 40. We're at 40 points already. This is good. All right, White, what are we doing? What are we doing? Messing up ghost stones. Yikes. There we go. Gonna Hane. I like the Hane for a lot of different reasons. Part of those reasons is it's nice, solid, and stable. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Our opponent's trying to do something. We're not going to get thrown off. We're going to keep playing the game that we're playing. It's going to go into Hane because they didn't respond. I like that. I like that a lot. Black responds. Double Hanes anyway. Looks like White's got something going here. Black Ataris. Connects. Extends. Extends again. And now this, I think we need to have a conversation on, because in some ways, like, yeah, the game was set up because of here and then because of here. That's true. But here's the thing: after you get out of just, Jiseki, whatever Jiseki you're picking, whether long ones, short ones, whatever, after you get out of that, the question is, how do you continue the rest of the game? Well, we look for weaknesses that we can exploit to do whatever it is we're trying to do, whether it's take territory or influence, as we're seeing here, whether we're trying to fight, whatever we're trying to do, we're going to be looking at weaknesses to do the thing that we're trying to do. That makes sense? Cool. So these stones here are a weakness. Some people would just extend, and then maybe extend, and then extend. You see the problem now, right? Like, if we don't fight back, this is what happens to us. Everyone see that? Everyone understand it? Cool. So, it is important, even if you are the most passive player who ever was a passive player, two things you have to remember. One, never play this kind of game because you are going to have to fight back. And two, I don't know how you're going to continue in the game. That's going to be tough. Might want to stick to territorial games because you are going to have to fight. So Hane at the head of 2 and 3 stones. Super, super important here. Like, if your first instinct is to back off and go into what I just showed you, really, really, really bad. Super important that you figure out why you want to do that, so you can, like, quietly strangle that in the bathtub and then just, like, flush it down the drain. Do you think it was too much for Black to pull out at the star point? So if we didn't do that and played here, then we're allowing the Hane here. That is an issue. That is absolutely an issue. We can cut, I suppose. But the problem is, we have to, at the end of the day, protect against this, right? At the end of the day, if we leave this kind of shape behind, we're screwed. So we can never defend the cutting stones and protect against our cutting points the minute we allow the Hane. So yes, that would be way too much. That would be very, very greedy. Don't want to do that. Here, it's okay because we could be like, hey, you're going to have to do something or I'm going to go ahead and just kill you. So we have the Atari. And so it should come as no surprise. Because we're going all cosmic that we will play the this one. Now, yes, we could still play here. 100%. Difference is we don't have to worry about that stone now, so you can do whatever you want. You can just make a shape point if you want here, and you're still going to be okay. Like, the shape problems disappear in one without any lingering, attempts of your opponent to murder you because the cutting stone comes back to haunt you. White's like, I reduce. And black's like, the stars, I have claimed them all for myself. Look at how they shine upon me, young one. Bask in my glory and despair, ye who dare stand against me today. Now this is a moyo. It brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? Admit it, when's the last time you saw a framework this big in a pro game? How many years has it been? What year is this game? This year. This week, in fact, Unreal. This week, in fact. These things are super rare. Got the approach. Black's just sealing off the bottom half of the board if they can, because, I mean... Alright, as much as I like counting, I don't have to count to know that, like, this is enough to win the game. Alright. So, takes. You. And then... Tari. White plays away, because you're never filling that. If you fill that, that's yeah, that's even worse. If we fill that, that would be bad. That would be very, 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 very bad. Got the kick in. White's like, I'm going to live here. Now let's see how smart you all are. And I know you are. I know you're very smart. What is one thing, the most important thing, some might say, and by some I mean me, when dealing with, as black, our huge, fracking, insane amount of thickness? What do we have to remember? What is important? Profit? So kill everything? Okay. Lighthawk says kill everything. Prevent white from forming a base. Attack. Yeah. Don't lose Sensei. Not losing Sensei is pretty good. That's actually a pretty important one. I'll take that one. But yeah, attack for profit. This is not going to die. That is not going to die. Here's the thing that you have to remember. You don't have to kill that. If black, hypothetically, let's say here, here, and here. That is enough. 2 lines of territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 times the amount of territory. So if we get just this, we win the game. We do not have to kill. If we go all in trying to kill, how often, like, how often, for example, have you been like, oh, I'm gonna kill things, and then next thing you know, because you were trying to kill things, like your opponent is suddenly running into the area that you were gonna develop. It's probably happened more than once, right? It's probably a thing you're working on. That is the thing that you do not want to have happen. Killing things would be fantastic. Running our opponent into our profit, not a good idea. That is the thing that we do not want to do. Okay? So our opponent says, hey, I'm alive. And Black's like, okay, be alive. And White's like, ha ha ha, I'm going to go into your area. And we're not, for an instant, going to be like, well, I'm going to get rid of your base now and run you into that area. No, 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 no. Just going to calmly keep our points. White's going up. Okay, I'm just going to calmly keep my points. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's fine. Going under. Now this one, this here is an example, this next move is an example of solid, but not passive. Like we could just play here, but we still have more influence. So why not, Hane? There's profit there too. In fact, there might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines over there. Right? So White's like, I'm trying to live. And Black's like, I'm not even trying to kill you. Why would I try to kill you? That sounds like a mean thing to do, and I'm not mean. Goes back and fully surrounds them. Because why not? I mean, if you get in both Atari and both of these are filled, then I'm pretty sure that these aren't eyes, you know? Again, solid, but not passive. Do. Now, this next part you're also going to love. Ooh, this next part? Oh, you're going to love this one. You're all in for a treat. You're looking at this board right now and you're thinking to yourself that, oh my god, Black's corner is being murdered. Black's corner is being murdered. Murdered, I tell you. Look at that. He's dying. That corner. It's sad. But it's actually not sad. These moves are so important in a game. White has declared, I want that corner. In an open board, White has declared, I want that corner. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. That's not necessarily a problem, is it? White says, I kill you. Black says, okay. White says, I kill you. Black says, okay. White says, I kill you. And Black says, I'm going to go profit now. Fun talking to you. Yeah, there's still all of this. Yeah, you see this entire area? It goes from like here to like here. Yeah, I'll just go after all of that. You can go ahead and take that twice and give me 2 more free moves. I don't really mind. Enjoy your corner. So White is now in a dilemma. We owe Black 2 moves on this board. Black has no co-threat? I mean, Black's got a lot of co-threats. The development of this entire area is a co-threat. So, okay. Gonna go ahead and play here. White's like, I'm going to reduce the top. And it just goes ahead and plays nice and strong move, not really getting into any engagements. White retakes. Black's like, I'm just gonna keep building if it's cool with you. Push. Because sooner or later, you gotta take that again. You got to. Forcing move. Atari. Connect. Getting all nice and alive here. Notice the solidity on the outside, because that's where all the things are. Making sure we're not surrounded. Took the stone. First time this game. White counterattacks. Black's like, prove to me that that's a threat. So white drops down. The connection now makes this now a threat, because we can cut through quite nicely to defend against that. White takes the stone rather than connect and go take. That's slow. It allows you to counter Atari. And we have a take. Followed by completely swallowing the whole area up. Nom nom, nom nom nom, nom 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 nom. White says top is mine. Black says, oh hey, look what I found. I found some dead stones. White's like, no, that you didn't. Those are still mine. Hey, look, I found a co-threat. Now, it's important to note, Black never assumed they were winning this co. It would be highly, highly, highly unlikely on a board where he's trying to go for all of this stuff that he ever thought that he could win this co. But that's not to say he's not going to force White to give him everything that he's due in exchange for this corner being dead. So there, into there, I think we were, right? Last one was there, into there, I think so. So White's like, hey, can I kill? And Black's like, obviously not. Crazy person. Not gonna allow that. I'll just go ahead and make all that mine. And White's like, well, shoot, I need to take these off the board. So, alright. Those are all now gone. And then Black's like, hey, 2 free moves. I like it. Thank you. Again, not killing anything. He's not killing anything. He's not trying to kill anything. He's just like, yeah, that's like all mine. Like, I don't know what are you doing here? White's like, okay, I need to get into here, and I mean like now. Black's like, hey, nice cutting point you got there. Shame if I do something about it. This, admittedly, I'm sorry to say, is where a little bit of flailing starts to occur, because White knows that's too much. White's looking for all of the Aji to get into a legitimate reduction, because they know that is too much. If, like, you can make, like, a little hand person walk around your territory, that's a lot of territory. Oh, where was the stone? Here. No, here. Yeah, start point. That's a way to tell if you have a lot of territory. You can just like have someone just like walking around without bumping into stones. That's a lot of points. That is my way of counting, which I recommend everyone do. So we got the Atari. Wait, no, white played twice. White Honade, black Atari. There we go. And now we go and do that one. No coming in. This area's mine. Let me in, says White. Please let me in. I want to reduce you, you see. Black doesn't care. Like, I'm just taking my points. Just taking my points. Like, you gave me all this influence. You gave me all the influence. You can't go back on your word now. Another crosscut, looking for stuff. Black instantly controls the stone. Because all they need to do is hang on to what they have. They don't have to get aggressive. They didn't even have to kill. They didn't even have to kill. Because they quickly reached critical mass on their influence. And that means you get a lot of points. Now, some people in chat are like, I guess he didn't just want to give the top side. Oh, the top side here? No, those stones aren't dead. Those stones are not surrounded. In fact, everyone knows next move for black. Everybody does. Everybody does. Not a single person in chat doesn't know it. Where is it? Where's next move for black? G3. G3 is there. One-Eye Dragon. One-Eye Dragon. The Elephant Eye. Simple move. Elephant Eye. White tries to do something there. Creates almost an instant living shape here. And there's still connections out. There's even pushings forward because of the Atari. And if you go close, if you go far enough, you run into the cutting points. So you're completely good. White plays that. Black's like, okay. White's like, I will kill that too. And black's like, okay. Just lives. Just lives. Nice and simple. He's playing the moves because he's confident in his area. I mean, wouldn't you be? The area stretches from here to here. I'd be pretty confident too. White's like, okay, time to reduce this area then. And black's like, okay. Atari will go nowhere, but it does put pressure on the stones that are being cut off. So, okay, that makes sense. But white is very, very, very adamant in trying to reduce the area. And black is just like, okay. Like, if you're gonna connect, or am I gonna kill you? White's like, I'd like to connect. I'd really, yeah, I'd appreciate connecting. And black's just like, okay. Gonna go ahead and get poked some more. Threatens to Hane and cut off. So, gotta retreat. Falling back, falling back. And stay out of my area. And getting cut. And black is just like, oh, you want those stones too? Okay. Okay, you can have those stones too. Like, black does it? I don't think black has actually cared about a single move white's played since the opening. Like, have they really? Just like, you want those stones too? Okay. There you go. Those are yours too. Those are yours too. By the way, there's a poking point over here. Gotta always gotta watch. Always gotta watch your shape. Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cutting points. That looks suspicious, doesn't it? That looks suspicious. Oops, you don't get to play twice. There we go. Those stones are now cut off because you obviously can't do anything that even remotely lets you have Liberty shortages here. Time Suji? No, this is not Time Suji. This is legitimate cut because the Atari down would, meet a death. So, white house to Atari. Black has to take, so more points for black. But you also have to respond again because, Liberty shortages are kind of annoying. So we go ahead and do that. And black's just like, yep, I think that's a big one now too. Honey, honey, honey. Dead, dead, dead. And Atari. And a take. And another Atari. Black's like, all right. Making sure we got a nice wide base there so we're alive. Making sure we got a nice wide base and we're alive. Taking the cutting stone. Poke, poke, poke on both points. Gonna have to defend that one, absolutely. That's a big one. Worth a couple of points there because there's never going to be a threat there if white took it instead. A little bit of a push into the middle. Trying to do something under here. Probably should not have ignored the big, huge move that was played this because I was threatening a Hane. Gotta fall back. Gets to connect. Nice reduction. Way to go, black. A little bit more of a reduction there, too. This one's big. If we played here and then connected, there's the throw-in, and then we're going to have to go ahead and answer those. But instead, we get to take that one. So that's decent enough. That's decent enough, I do believe. White gets to poke a little bit like so, and then we're going to go ahead and block that. And then we're going to resign because there's nothing else we can do. It's too much. Too much, too much, too much, too much, too much. Press the estimate button, please. I'm sorry. There's no... My board didn't come with an estimate button. I apologize. What's the score? One-Eyed Dragon says B's ahead by at least 10 points. That sounds about right. I forget what my count was last night when I went over this game. That sounds about right. I don't remember the exact. It's around 10-ish from what I remember. Everything lived. Nothing died. But that cosmic moyo that he had, it was too much. And having to live via Ko, so we just kept getting free moves. It's too big. It's too big. So thank you very much, not just to Rissei for playing this game, but to Akuda Aya, who decided, let's just give him as much influence as he wanted to. What could go wrong? Because I haven't seen a huge moyo game like this in so freaking long. It's so nice. It's so nice. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed it. If you thought that it's impossible to go for huge moyo cosmic games, just remember 9p. Still beat the Ford on professional without even having to kill. So if that's the kind of game you like, keep playing that kind of game.